Hey friends, it's Donna Farrell with Donna Farrell Designs, and today we're going to learn how to make the primrose stitch. I am calling it the primrose stitch because if you look closely, these clusters look like little rosebuds. So that was my idea for the name. I have made a couple of sweaters using this, and I'm working on a tutorial for those. I'm refining some parts of that process, so hang tight, but we're going to learn to make that together. This is basically a 2-row repeat, and you're going to need stitches in a multiples of 3 plus 1. So for your chain, you're going to have to decide whether your base stitch is going to be half double crochet or single crochet. And your intermediary rows can also be half double or single, but I'm partial to half double, so that's what I did. So I chained 12 and I ended up with 10 half double crochet stitches. So my first half double crochet was 2 stitches in. I went ahead and wove in a bit of my tail there so it'd stay out of my way. You don't need to see me make the base row, okay? If you're here, you already know how to do that. So I went ahead and made that because it's just awkward to make that on camera. And so I'm going to insert my hook. And then at the end of the row, I'm going to turn, and in the first stitch, I'm going to make a standing treble crochet. And so we do that by inserting our hook into the first stitch there, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through, insert back into the legs of that stitch there, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops on the hook, insert our hook back in. Actually, I guess I'm doing yarn under, pull through, and then finish it off. And we've got a standing treble crochet here. This just makes a sturdier edge to the garment or whatever you're making. Then we're going to skip 2 stitches and yarn over twice and treble crochet in the 3rd stitch from the hook. Chain 1. We're going to call this the front treble crochet. Yarn over twice, and then I'm going to make something called the back treble crochet. This is so we know what we're talking about as we proceed through the pattern. I'm going to go behind the front one, all the way back to the very first stitch in the row and insert my hook there and finish this treble crochet. I'm finishing the back treble crochet behind the front treble crochet, and then I will have finished my front cluster there. All right, you see that? Yarn over twice. We're getting ready to make another treble crochet. Skip 2 stitches, treble in the 3rd stitch from the hook. We've completed another front treble crochet. Chain 1, yarn over twice, go behind this front treble crochet, back to the same stitch as the previous front treble crochet, and complete that treble. So you can see each cluster begins where the previous one ended. Yarn over twice, skip 2 stitches, insert in the 3rd stitch from the hook, treble, treble, nothing but a bunch of treble, huh? All right, chain 1, yarn over twice, go behind that treble into the previous stitch where the previous front treble crochet was. All right, so we've done 3 treble crochet clusters is what I'm calling them. And then I'm going to do a treble crochet in the same stitch as this treble crochet to finish the row. All right, so I've made 1 row, but it's kind of wonky and sloppy. So I need, I'm going to do half double crochets as intermediary rows. You can do single if you want, but I'm still just going to chain 1. Some people do chain 2 for half double crochet, and sometimes I do, but not here because I need a lot of structure. So I just do chain 1 and yarn over, and I'm going to make half double crochets in each stitch across. All right, so I've ended up with 10 half double crochets. That's the multiple of 3 plus 1 that each row needs to be. And if you need to, put in stitch markers or keep a count for each row, because it'll get really frustrating for you if you lose count. And then you've got a wonky project that could be beautiful. All right, so we're going to just turn, don't chain yet, because now we're back to a treble crochet row. So we're going to make a standing treble crochet. Insert the hook, pull up a loop, pull through both, insert the hook in the middle of the stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both loops, insert the stitch or the hook in the middle of the stitch, pull up a loop, pull through 2. So you've got a standing treble crochet again. We're going to yarn over twice, skip 2 stitches, insert the hook in the 3rd stitch from the hook, make a treble. This is going to be the front treble. Chain 1, yarn over twice, go behind that front treble, back to the very first stitch, make your treble crochet in that stitch, in the same stitch as your standing treble. Yarn over twice, skip 2 stitches, in the 3rd stitch from the hook, make the next treble crochet. This is going to be another front treble crochet. Chain 1, yarn over twice, back to the previously worked stitch, make your back treble. There we go, we've got 2 clusters. Yarn over twice, skip 2 stitches, in the last stitch of the row, work another front treble crochet. This is not a front post treble crochet. Don't confuse it with that. I'm just calling it a front treble crochet because it's going to end up in the front, in front of the other treble as it's facing you. Chain 1, yarn over 2 times, go back, make that back treble crochet. So in this swatch we're making, I've got 3 crisscrosses. You see that? Crisscross, 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 crisscross. And then the last stitch of the row is just going to be a treble where you worked the front treble crochet in that same stitch, the last stitch of the row. Oopsie. Let's pull that all the way through. All right. So that's that. And let's work another stabilizing row. Let's see, I'm going to chain 1, and then let's work some half double crochets. Again, you can do single crochet, whatever you like the look of. And I've got some yarn barf that is causing me some restriction. This is real life crochet here. All right, let's see how far we can get with that untangled mess. All right. Got too close to the camera. Sorry if the focus is coming in and out. I'm just using my phone camera for this. I don't have a whole photography setup here. More yarn barf. Hey guys, real life crochet. Should have untangled all this first, but I did not. Okay. One more. Am I at the last stitch of the row yet? Let's count. Always count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I am. Multiple of 3 plus 1 is what you want to end up with. All right, so you see we've got that. You can make many things with this, beautiful scarves. You could make a handbag with this, a lot of things with this. I've got a pattern bundle coming out. The first thing I'm working on, though, is going to be a cardigan pattern tutorial that will be coming out. All right, Primrose stitch. You saw it here first. Let me know what you end up making with it, and I'll talk to you soon.